This is Ben, Liam and Bell on Nova.
Well, g'day there, podcaster.
Welcome to Top Deck, baby. Fun episode today. Don't rag me for saying that, Bill. I know I say that every time. It's just like while I'm trying to remember what was in it. You know?
Bill, you can't rag Liam because you just try to put your headphones on and they hit you in the eye. So
hard to be cool when you hit yourself in the eye with your own headphones.
I'm still learning radio.
Yeah, we speak about pregnancy cravings, meet a woman who has two boyfriends, nice, and also speak to a friend of the show who was at that exclusive Beyonce gig, which cost like $35 million and there was less than 2,000 people there. So we get a bit of goss from that as well. Enjoy. I'm a tennis guy, and geez, it's heating up. Tsitsipas won in straight sets last night, and Ben and Bell, I've been saying, because I've only just sort of been watching it a lot more on the TV lately, and I find it very funny how controlled and straighty 180 all the tennis commentators are, and they really try and play a straight bat. They're very quiet and respectful. They don't talk when a player's serving. Did you catch some of the commentators accidentally tripping each other up?
It's going to be tough for the Ukrainian. Yeah, how do you respond to deep, hard balls?
Yeah, you've got to really try to stay nice and low.
She tried to press on, but she couldn't. I mean, if someone says that in front of you, you're laughing. I don't care how professional you are, you got to giggle that one
And
off.
that's the thing with the tennis commentators. They do take it very seriously. They can't just break out going, oh, that's a good one like the footy commentators do.
Ben, Liam and Bell.
It's not too late for a cheeky summer break.
Whatif.com has awesome deals for top Aussie destinations.
Plus all kinds of places to stay for your getaway.
Jump on the Whatif app to book your hotels, motels, holiday rentals and more.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
13 24 10. Get in touch if you've had a beauty fail. We had a dinner with some friends last night, Ben and Bell, and one of the girls was telling us a story about how her boyfriend walked out of the shower and his face was bright red. It looked like he'd been crying or something, but just like it looked like he had some sort of injury to his face. And she was like, "Oh my God, like what happened to your face?" And he said, "Oh, it's just exfoliating." And she was sort of confused. You're like, you exfoliate? Really? Like using what? And he went, "Oh, just my fingernails."
Oh.
Ew.
Just in the shower, just going to town with his fingernails. Just scratching. Just exfoliating.
Oh my God.
That's a man exfoliation right there.
That is so gross. That's so... Oh,
I don't know.
Well, all
I-
the dead skin under his nails
That's
as well.
better than actually... I mean, I don't exfoliate. You can probably tell, but... but I know that's not how you're supposed to do it.
No.
If you're going to do it.
Exfoliating for dummies, that's when you get the dead skin
God,
off your face, right?
Well, you're not actually supposed to really... Okay, so two things about exfoliating. Exfoliate your neck down with like an exfoliating mitt, but your face never actually
Are they what
exfoliate
those
it.
little gloves are?
Yes.
So when I sit in the shower, I just put it on and do Michael Jackson numbers. I got a little white Motown god
Yeah,
in
but
there.
it's actually too rough for your face. So that's why you buy like an exfoliating moisture, like a wash, and
See, who
it's a
teaches
bit
you this,
softer
Bill?
for your face.
Because I didn't know that. Ben
Oh,
clearly didn't know that.
Dolly magazine, but when you're about 13, I guess.
Well, I didn't read it, I suppose.
So, and here's this guy scratching the dead skin off his face and calling it exfoliating.
That is horrible.
Well, all I can say though, his skin is a lot nicer than mine, so he's doing something right. I had over the holidays, I had like pretty bad sunburn. Like I got like scorched on the face, and normally I don't look after it much, but it was like getting really gross and like peeling on my forehead. So I was like, I'm just gonna like use one of my partner's moisturizers. So I was just creaming that every night, and then after like 4 days, I realised it was one of those tinted moisturisers because I was like, "Oh, I'm tanning up good," and then I just like looked, but I was just like oompa loompa, just like around, just in weird spots. You know how like if girls fake tan over fake tan over fake tan, and then it gets like you get like orange lines on your chin. I had that.
Oh my gosh.
So I just had I looked like Donald Trump. Like I just had skin flaking off and like
All right.
orange lines on me.
Beauty fails. 13 24 10. Give us a buzz.
Belle, you've had one.
Yeah, I had one at the nail salon actually recently. I get my nails done every month because I bite them so badly. This is the only thing that I can do to not bite them off. And what it does sometimes though is I actually end up kind of biting around the outside, which is kind of gross. But recently when I went to a new place, the girl said, "Oh, well, you know, your cuticles are really bad. You've been biting them." I said, yeah, I know. And so she got like a scalpel and started like roughly pushing them all back, but so much that I had all my fingers were bleeding, just like bleeding everywhere. And she kept getting the tissue and just wiping it up. Didn't say sorry, like she just kept going. And it was so painful. But she goes, no, we just need to get rid of all this, and just got this scalpel out and started. It was like something out of a horror film.
That's hectic. But your nails were looking pretty feral, to
they
be
look
fair.
they look pretty good now, though.
Yeah. They probably need to do a bit of work with the scalpel on those.
Beauty fails 13-24-10. Give us a buzz. Michelle joins us now in Camberwell. Good morning, Michelle. What is your beauty fail?
Well, when I was a teenager, I did the weirdest thing. You have to picture the red-headed, freckled, white teenager who just wanted to be tanned like all the other girls. I pinched these tablets from my auntie, and they were tanning tablets. So I took these tanning tablets. Now, basically, they colour your fat. That's pretty much what they do, right? So I took these tanning tablets.
Sorry, did you say they colour your fat? Is that what you said?
Pretty much.
Oh, my God.
So anyway, I came out orange, like literally orange, like an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
It was so embarrassing.
That's got to be so bad. When was that? The 80s, did you say?
Yeah.
That's got to be
Back in the
so
80s,
bad for your health that there was a tablet that could make you go orange.
But you'd also have to have a fair bit of fat. Oh, no, I guess not, because everyone's got fat under their skin.
That's scary.
That's disgusting.
I'll pop a few. I was thinking, I'm like, man, if I could turn all my fat into tan, that'd be like a dream drug, right?
Michelle, how long did the orange last for?
Probably about 3 weeks.
Whoa.
Oh, jeez.
Yuck.
Madison in Bayswater, beauty fails. What happened?
Hi. I was extremely overdue with being pregnant with my son, and I think I just wanted to feel a bit better, so I put some fake tan on, and whatever I did with fake tanning induced labour.
You're kidding.
So from the time of fake tanning, it just happened so fast, and I think I had him not even an hour and a half later.
Wow.
And because I was so sweaty and, giving birth, my fake tan didn't have time to set. So the second that they pull him out and place him onto my chest, I get my fake tan all over my newborn.
Oh, God. Yeah, and so like half, you've got like a top-deck baby.
So,
yeah.
Yes. And then it was down one side of him as well. And on his little baby birth card, it said not birthmark, just mother's fake tan.
Oh, no.
I love that you showing him around like, oh, no. Birthmark, isn't it? The whole half of his body is just Bondi Sands.
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Kelly joins us now. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning.
Hey, have you ever heard this before?
I have. Don't know how well I'll go.
How do you normally go when you're playing along in the car?
Yeah, sometimes all right, sometimes not.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's pretty easy. I mean, 5 questions in front of you. If you get them all right, you get to pick the next song we play. Just for calling up, you're already in the draw for $1,000 in your bank account every week for an entire year. So let's kick it off. Stefano Tsitsipas won at the Oz Open last night, and he is through to the semis. What colours are on the Greek flag?
Blue and white.
Yeah, the Oscar nominations came out overnight. What major talking point happened at the Oscars last year?
Oh, I have no idea.
It was like the biggest entertainment story of the entire year.
Was it the slap? The whole...
It was Slapgate. Guy Sebastian's neighbour has allegedly threatened to kill him over a dispute, which he just was upset that Knowlesy didn't win back in 2003. Which reality TV show did Guy's brother Kris win in 2020?
It's a tough one. Like, I don't think anyone knows that.
Oh, Kris Sebastian.
Well, it's a bit controversial because Guy was also involved in the show.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
Voice?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was The Voice. Hey, on this day in 1924, the first ever Winter Olympics were held. What is the famous film about a Jamaican bobsled team?
Cool Runnings.
You're a badass mother who don't take crap from nobody. One of the great lines. Panic at the Disco have split up, unfortunately. Sorry to break the news if you're a fan. Can you finish these classic lyrics?
What a beautiful wedding, says a bridesmaid to a waiter. But what a shame the poor groom's bride is a whore.
I have no idea.
Oh, no!
I know we're not going don't know it.
You know it, but you don't.
Because your energy where you
I
came
am
in. Yeah, when you said, I have no idea, it sounded like you're about to sing it.
Yeah, it sounded like you're about to do the bit.
I have no idea.
Yeah, okay.
The bridesmaid to the I don't know.
Stop saying whore. They only say it once. You don't have to say it again.
Now, Lara Muralbach, do you know the lyrics to this?
I'm not 100% sure.
Well, you're going to have to give it a crack because the song started.
What a shame, what a shame the poor groom's bride is a whore.
I chimed in with, haven't you people ever heard of?
Yeah, you do know it.
Oh, well done. You believed in yourself.
Thank you.
You got there. Yeah, very sad. Panic at the Disco no longer performing together. Look, you're in the draw for Nova's Free for 23. You also get to pick the next song we play. So if you like Panic at the Disco, I'm assuming you're also probably into like 30 Seconds to Mars, I suppose.
Or Belle's picked a song this morning. I don't know it.
I think this one, Lara, will take you back a fair few years. A bit of Beyonce.
You don't know this song, Ben?
I do not know the song.
It's a banger.
Is this the
Shakira
main?
and Beyonce.
I'll go that one. I'll go Beyonce.
Yes,
Really? Okay.
Shakira and Beyonce. I mean, when you mix those two together, you're not getting a bad outcome. Well, this goes to you, Lara. Beautiful
Thank you. Really
liar.
loving the show too.
Oh, we're loving you, Lara.
Thanks for that, Lara.
She is a
Appreciate
beautiful
that.
liar.
Very good. And you may have seen a few articles about this huge Beyonce gig in Dubai. It wasn't like a stadium show, like at the MCG or something like that. It was literally just to open a hotel. Obviously, there's a lot of money going around in the UAE, and she was paid millions and millions and millions to do an exclusive show. I think there was like less than 2,000 people there.
There was a couple of Aussies there.
There was lots of celebrities there. One of the Australians was Kris Fade, who is a guy originally from Sydney. He's a friend of the show. He actually does radio over in Dubai.
Yes, and he joins us now all the way from Dubai. You had a front row seat for the gig. Was it as incredible as we could imagine?
It was unbelievable, all right? Like, when I tell you, I've been in Dubai for 16 years. I've gone to, like, some pretty good events. This is definitely top 3.
Okay, so I mean, the obvious question is, what are the other 2 in that 3?
I cannot reveal to you on this show.
Oh, wow. I feel like it must have been a private event.
Seriously, one of them was I got to see Prince perform for about 200 of us, and that was pretty epic.
You're kidding.
That is amazing. Well, let's talk about the Beyonce gig, obviously. It's what everyone's talking about. Reportedly, she was paid Australian 35 mil. What was the actual performance like?
Listen, it wasn't a Beyonce concert, I'd say. It was more like a theatrical performance. Like, she was fantastic. She was unbelievable. She didn't come out singing out all her hits. It was more, she started off like sort of like a gospel sort of feel, very, very operatic, I'd actually have to say. She came on stage with about 25 dancers. She brought Blue Ivy on, which was pretty special. At one moment, she brought her daughter on, and she said basically to the crowd, I wrote a song called Brown Skin Girl, and I wrote it for my daughter. I want to introduce her to the stage. She came up, Blue Ivy holding a microphone. We all thought she was going to sing, but she didn't. She just stood there with Mum as Mum sung the song and then basically walked off the stage at the end. It was super cute, though.
Look, it sounds cute. It sounds amazing. If I'd paid 34 mil out of my pocket, I'd want some of the hits, I must admit. If it was a gospel theatrical number, I'd go, hang on, no, play some stuff from 2003.
You know what the crazy thing was? We were told, now there was probably only around, I'd say 2,000 people invited to this somewhat of a private show at the Atlantis the Royale. We all had our own hotel rooms. We checked in on a Friday. The Friday night was a private Kendall Jenner party for her new vodka release.
Oh my
so we
God.
went and partied. Yeah, Kendall Jenner just there, just hanging out. Like, she was super cool. She spoke to all the crowd. She came out. We took photos. Casually, as I'm standing there, Jay-Z walked right by me. And I got a good video of it, which has gone viral. Yeah, Jay-Z walked in. I don't think he liked the vibe so much. He had a private little sort of cabana, but he walked in, stayed for about 2 minutes, and then just walked out with his security. Interesting enough, everyone was taking photos. Security were trying to cover him, telling everyone to take the photos away. That was the Friday night. Saturday, woke up and then basically got prepped up for Beyonce. But yeah, the crazy thing was they told us, please don't film the show. Request from Beyonce that all videos and photos are not to be taken throughout the show. We were all given little pouches to put our phones in. And then if you pulled your phone out, security would come around and tell you basically, hey, just put them away. But which was interesting. You pay $35 million for an artist. Yeah. You'd expect to be able to film them.
Yeah. Oh, you would think so.
You've mentioned some big names, Jay-Z, Kylie Jenner, Beyonce. But let's talk about the Aussies that were there.
Did you get a chance to see Nat Bass or Sonia Kruger?
Now, listen, Natalie followed me on Instagram, right? Like just before, I think on Thursday night. But we didn't see each other. I didn't get to see Sonia. But I tell you who I did get to see was Aussie Rebel Wilson. So she was there. She came and basically opened up Nobu, which is a Japanese restaurant on the beach there, which is, fairly famous, globally.
Yeah.
I had a chance to catch up with her, talked about the old days of Fat Pizza. I don't know if you remember that show. But she was in it.
The good stuff.
Yeah. Some of my mates produced that show. So I just started talking about that, which I'm not sure if she was proud of or not. I'm not sure. But we had a good little discussion about Fat Pizza and then just her time in Dubai. So she was enjoying it as well. After Beyonce got off stage, he was the killer. This is, for me, this topped it off. So Beyonce sort of does her hour performance. It was a solid performance. Her voice was incredible. She leaves the stage. Out of those 2,000 people, about 1,000, I'd say, would have left. They would have gone back to their rooms or gone to an after party, right? However, on the stage, rock up 3 DJs. Takes them about 10 minutes to plug in all the decks. Now there's about 700 of us left. It's Swedish House Mafia. And they performed for 90 minutes. We had Swedish House Mafia, and it was about 700 of us.
Where is this money coming from? This sounds like the ultimate event. I don't think there's going to be a better party this year or maybe this decade. Well, Kris Fade, thank you so much for joining us. We know it was a very exclusive list, so it means a lot that you took out some time to speak to us about it this morning.
Pleasure. And I just want to say every room had like gold-plated toothbrushes and combs, and I racked them all. I stole everything I could out of that room.
Mate, send one over. We'll give it away on the show. Hey, Ben, myself and Belle are ripping up the radio handbook once again. This is the stuff they don't want you to know, right? If you call a radio station, you have a rating, much like an Uber rating. Out of 5 stars, there will also maybe be some notes. So then when you call in the future, we see all the calls coming up, we're probably going to pick a 5-star caller over a 2-star caller, of course. So what we thought is, we did this last week and we wanted to do it again to just spread the truth a little bit more. If you want to know your caller rating, we will give it to you. So 13 24 10 is the number.
Steph in Geelong, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. How are we?
Yeah, doing very, very good. How often do you call up Nova?
All the time. Love you guys.
Oh, thank you very much. We love you too.
Yeah. No, yeah. Well, I mean, you sound great to me. Do you think you've got a good rating?
I hope so. I think I've got a good rating that I chat to you guys a lot with good content, but I also am a little bit of a little prize picky. So.
Yes, this is true. Yes, we do label some people prize pigs if they've won too many prizes in the past. Look, I can tell you right now, you're coming in at a 4.1.
Woo!
Very respectable. Can I comment on one of the notes in your log here, though?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can shed any more light to this. It just says a bit sexual.
A bit sexual?
Yeah. I don't know if they mean like
I think,
your voice or...
I think because, Steph, you elongate some of your words. You just kind of go, yeah.
That's sexual?
But maybe because we're seeing that, you go in with that predisposed idea of, well, Steph's going to be a bit sexy.
Yeah, I don't know. But do with that what you will. I mean, that's just what the producers here at Nova have dubbed you as. But maybe, I don't know if anyone thinks you're a bit sexual in your day-to-day life.
Let's go to Ellie joining us now. Good morning, Ellie. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. Just en route to work. How are you guys?
I reckon the note next to your name sums you up perfectly. And I don't mean this in a mean way at all. I to be honest, it probably fits me to a T as well. It says, dry but a good time.
Is that fair?
Yep.
I feel like these could work as Tinder bios.
Yeah. Ellie, 24, dry but a good time. Would you like to know your rating, Ellie?
I'd love to know. Thank you.
I'm going to back in that we bump this up a bit. You are coming in at 3.7.
The thing is, though, you've got to toss up with Ellie. 3.7 is good for her because if you gave her a prize on air, you can't rate her above that because she's going to go, thanks.
Ellie, just imagine, just for future reference, because you'll probably call again. You know, you're dry, but you're a good time, so we'll have you on all the time. Just imagine we've called you, right, and we've just gone, Ellie, you've won a car. How are you reacting?
Amazing.
That's where the 3.7 comes
If we've
from.
given away a 50 grand car and you've gone, amazing. That's a 3.7 on our book. Sorry. Let's move to Tracy now, also in Geelong. How you doing, Trace?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good stuff. Good. Do you call Nova often?
I have a few times.
Right. And is this your first time on the Ben, Liam and Bell show?
No.
Okay, do you normally call for prizes or to tell stories?
Stories or competitions.
Okay. Yeah. Could you roll through some of your greats? Like, is there a story that comes to mind that you've called through on Nova that's gone down really well in the past?
My first one was with Music Kate Day.
Oh, back in the day. Back in the day. And do you remember what the story was?
I had to guess what the temperature was going to be the next day, and I was spot on.
Sounds like great radio.
Look that up online.
So, might have been a quiet morning for Husey. Well, look, I don't see why, Tracy. I really don't see this, but I'm sorry to say it is 2.9 for some reason. I know. It doesn't, especially for such a long-term Nova 100 listener. Like, you've obviously been listening for, like, what are we talking, like 15 years here?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, at least. So, I mean, I think that's a bit of a slap in the face, if I'm being honest.
Tracy sounds a bit too comfortable now. Like, she's not excited to be on air. She's kind of like, oh, yeah, cool.
That's just experience. You need a bit of experience.
No, but you don't want that.
Look, Trace, I think what we'll do is we'll take your 2.9 and we'll make it a 3.3. How does that sound?
Better.
Better, yeah, it's better. It's better.
It's a bit better.
But please don't stop calling up because I do like
Tracy. Welcome on any time. You're welcome on any time. Last one here. Ben, good morning to you.
Morning all.
Oh, right off the bat. I feel like we like
Can I
you.
just say,
Yeah.
a little bit sexy.
Yeah. No, I like, and so you've called a fair bit as well, Ben.
Oh, if it says call, I'm all up for a chat.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
You know what, Ben, actually, now that you've said that, you sound kind of hot.
He does.
Ben does sound
Oh,
kind of hot.
I was talking about her, not me.
Oh, I see. Well, I mean, you're obviously doing it for Bell, so you're doing something right.
Look, Ben, let's cut to the chase, mate. Next to your name, it has got a note and it's got your score. It says, everyone's best mate, 4.8.
Ah, bang. Hey,
Yeah.
one of you remembered.
Very good. Just everyone's best mate.
It rhymes. Everyone's best mate, 4.8.
Liam, Bell, this week I announced that my wife Sam and I are having our first child. Liam, I've made you the godfather.
Yeah, and I'm still beaming about it. I barely slept a wink last night. Just a mix of excitement and fear, expecting my first godchild.
Got my wife Sam's approval as well last night.
Oh, that's nice. I appreciate
You
that.
didn't ask her first? You did it
Well,
on air.
Yeah. I think
Well,
that
I mean,
shows how little we care about the role of godfather.
So it was funny because I don't know if my fiance heard the full context, but she was like actually really excited. Like she heard like the tail end of when we were talking about it yesterday. She's like, oh my god, Ben asked you like that.
Yeah.
She's like, does that mean like because like we're getting married, like I'm the godmother? I'm like, I don't know. I can ask.
She can be the godmother.
Oh, so awesome. Awesome. She'll be so happy with
Can
that.
I be the god aunt?
Yes.
Yes.
But I haven't spoken yet about pregnancy cravings because this is our first child and I was expecting them because like I think someone that hasn't had a kid, you hear about
Don't you hear,
wild stories.
Like, yeah, it's like, oh, you see those news stories. It's like, my pregnant wife loved dirt. She was just out in the garden eating dirt all day.
Yeah,
or chalk is the thing, isn't it?
I believe so. And early days, I think, is when they're at their strongest. So we're through the first trimester now. We're into the second trimester. And so the whole trimester, I was like waiting for that wild pregnancy craving.
Yeah, you stocked up on chalk.
Yeah.
You'd freshly dug up the lawn.
Now, I will say she didn't have anything too crazy, but she did have one craving, and it was on a Saturday night at 11:30 p.m, and she said it, I laughed, and then she paused, and I saw how serious she was, and I had to go to Woolies to get this. So she was just really craving choc chip LCM bars, like from school.
Yeah, right.
She really wanted them.
I mean, to be fair, I'm craving them all the time, and I'm not pregnant. I think it's because one of those foods that was like I was deprived of that as a kid. Like I was never allowed.
So
LCMs.
you weren't allowed to have them?
No, definitely not.
So she said I haven't had them since I was in primary school, but she's like I need an LCM bar
I feel
right
like
now.
the baby insider is already getting ready for primary school.
Yeah.
Like, just gonna love LCMs.
Yeah. Imagine if that was the thing. Like you just once you're pregnant, you like only eat like small boxes of sultanas and roll ups and little cut up banana and that sort of stuff.
So granted, that isn't that strange, but I would love to know what is your pregnancy craving?
13, 24, 10. If you've had a pregnancy craving in the past, something that you just thought, why am I feeling like this right now? 13, 24, 10.
Ellie in Kilmore, what was your pregnancy craving?
My pregnancy craving was dry Milo.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that is good stuff,
Yeah.
though. Do you ever do that thing, Ellie, where you eat so much dry Milo and you're getting too excited and then you breathe it in and it goes, oh God, and you
Yeah,
actually
pretty
feel like you're going to die for a second because it just like throwing sand into your lungs?
Like the grossest...
Literally, it's like eating dry dirt.
Yeah.
But the grossest but also best part of it as well is that it kind of hangs around in your mouth because it sticks to all your teeth and stuff.
Sometimes it turns into like a big grotty Milo ball and it just clunk, like sticks into the roof of your mouth.
I haven't eaten dry Milo for so many years, and I really want to do it. I used to, when I made a Milo, I'd put in like 10 tablespoons of Milo and just a splash of milk.
Totally, and then it becomes the mud. Oh, yes.
Tracy, what was yours?
Mine was soap bubbles, but not actually ingesting it or eating it. I just had to have it, like play with it, put it on my face.
Do a Santa beard, all that. Okay, right.
Your pregnancy craving was soap bubbles.
Yes.
Right. So, and you know, were you working at the time? Did you have to have your bubbles in the workplace?
I had to have the bubbles, but it was more so when I was home, though. I just had to, I don't know what it was. It was just weird. But then also there was another thing where I would think of a food and I would taste it in my mouth, so I didn't really need to eat it.
That's I need that.
Good skill to have, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Last one here, Cherie and Seaford. What was your pregnancy craving, mate?
Washing powder. I had to dip and lick before every wash.
Oh,
Now, I have heard or I've read somewhere about washing powder, being a pregnancy craving. So, Cherie, you were ingesting it.
Yeah, I love the taste of it. Obviously, I don't do it now.
Yeah.
But it got to
that'd
a
be
point
weird.
where my husband had to hide it because I'd go in for a sneaky dip and lick. But the thing is, our youngest, when she used to be a runner, so we'd lose her in the supermarket, and we'd find her on the washing powder aisle, sniffing all the washing.
Oh, so you think you've had a little Omo baby because you were dipping and licking so
But
much?
the thing is, like they say, don't drink, don't smoke when you're pregnant. What's that doing to the baby?
It's crazy to me that my wife Sam is avoiding soft cheeses and you're dipping and licking in the Omo.
Doing lines of Omo.
Cool or not cool? Cool, not cool.
Ben and I are about to have our say on what we think is cool and not cool. Belle is going to give us a topic, then we have 3 seconds
3, 2, 1
to decide.
Of course, you can play along as well at work, in the car.
First up, cool or not cool, board games.
3, 2, 1
Cool.
Not cool. You
no,
reckon?
I love board games, and I don't play them enough in my life. In fact, when I found out my wife Sam was pregnant and we were starting a family, honestly, one of the main reasons I was so excited was because I can't wait till they're of age to be able to play board games. I'm going to force my family to sit down every Friday night and play board games.
Friday night, they need to have a
I
social
feel like
life.
I only like board games that like have like a toy involved, like Kaplunk.
What?
Or like Buckaroo. You know, like
So, as in something that does something.
yeah, like Mousetrap.
Yeah, right.
Like they're fine, but you can't go past Monopoly.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a bit slow for me.
Luke and I, we play Monopoly like most weekends.
You guys sound so much fun.
You're 1v1ing in Monopoly. That's so
Yes.
that's boring.
No, it's not.
That's boring because it's just you v him. Like there's no.
What's that one that producer Andy keeps going, oh, come to my house on the weekend so we can play Secret Hitler? Not interested, mate.
Is that a board game?
Secret Hitler,
yeah,
I think someone's, it's like a, I don't know how it works. I think it's like a murder mystery thing.
Honestly, some people love going out and like drinking and partying. For me, the idea of a great night is playing board games.
Can we have a board game night, Ben?
Yes.
Bloody hell,
No, we
Wonder.
can have a board game night.
All
Yeah.
right, next up, cool or not cool, the Oscars.
3, 2, 1.
Not cool.
I think it's cool, Ben, because the slap was iconic, right? And you got to ask yourself how they're going to up it. Is Kate Blanchett going to end up in an armbar? Is Brendan Fraser going to 619 Austin Butler at his acceptance speech? Oh, that hurt, baby. You broke a rib.
All right, finally this morning, cool or not cool, lying.
3, 2, 1.
Cool.
What?
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. Within reason. Don't want to lie to your mum or your partner, but sometimes you got everyone lies.
Yeah,
What, a white lie?
I think a well-placed lie is fine.
Like I'm 5 minutes away. I say that every day. I'm 5 minutes away. I'm really probably half an hour away. I'm 5 away, right around the corner. When you meet someone, you're like, yeah, I remember you. That's it. That's a good white lie.
I don't know whose hair that is.
Yeah. She kissed me. For me, so whenever a company says, how did you hear about us? I always click radio. Even though that's a lie, but I'm just, because it's my industry. I'm supporting, you know what I mean? I'm backing it in.
I do the exact same thing.
Yeah. Even if a mate told me, I'm just like, I got that from radio ads. Support the sales team, okay?
Next week on Netflix, the Pamela Anderson documentary is dropping, what we've all been waiting for. It's a documentary all about her life, and in the lead up, she's been trickling a few little secrets about her life. She's 55, which I always thought she was a little bit older than that, actually. And she's actually now started saying, yes, there was a time that Sylvester Stallone wanted me to be his girlfriend. But not just his only girlfriend, one of 3 girlfriends.
Nice. Well, Sly, he's a big man, and can one person handle Stallone? He needs Pamela.
You're going to be my number one girl.
Well, he said, yeah, exactly. He said, you'll be my number one girl, and in return, he offered her a condo and a Porsche to be his number one. Deal. But then she says that she was like, okay, well, if I'm number one, how many are there? And he said, there will be 2 and 3.
Right. And
you need to be cool with that.
And obviously there's tension, because if you're girlfriend number 2, I mean, you would have been girlfriend number 1 before Pamela Anderson got the condo and the car, and you got to be asking your manager, hey, do I have the best deal here?
Yeah, I reckon if you're number 1 or number 3, you're pretty happy, because if you're 3, you're like, yeah, whatever, it's a side hustle. If you're number 1, obviously you're very happy. If you're number 2, though, it's kind of like you're in the middle.
I mean, Sly, he's a married man now,
yes.
But so are we saying that in his peak, he was just it was just known that he would have 3 partners?
Yes,
at once. So that everyone had to be okay with that.
Yep. So there were rumours back in the day that he and her were seeing each other. So that's what she's addressing here. She's saying, yeah, look, he did ask me, but he was open about the fact that, look, I've got multiple partners, so you just need to be cool with that. In return, you get a Porsche and a condo.
That almost seems more like a modern day relationship, doesn't it? These days, like having having more than one partner.
Well, I always find it fascinating, because obviously there's there's open relationships. But then there's some people that actually are under the same roof, and they're all in a relationship. And there's
in a polyamorous relationship.
Yeah, there's 3 people.
Well, I mean, would we like to speak to one this morning?
I do have some questions.
If you are, like Sylvester Stallone, in a polyamorous relationship, 13, 24, 10, we have many questions. It's different, though, because in this day and age, like you said before, Liam, people are much more open. You got things like Tinder and Hinge and all the dating apps.
Is there polyamorous mode on Tinder?
No, but people are more casual, I feel, these days, because it's so easy to swipe right on people and meet people. It's like you're not actually in a relationship. You're just casually seeing 6 people.
Well, 13, 24, 10. I'm not talking about casual relationships. If you're actually in a relationship, like a real one with multiple people, 13, 24, 10. We'd love to hear from you on Nova 100 this morning. Well, we do have some calls for this one. Lucy in Geelong, are you in a relationship with multiple people?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm probably girl number 2. I'm thinking I should push for a Porsche.
Yeah, gee whiz.
Hang on, so Lucy, what's your situation?
So I'm a single woman, and about this time last year, I met a man who was in an open relationship, very upfront about it. We've been dating for 12 months, and I've become really good friends with his wife.
Right.
Yeah, like we go out for dinner together.
Do you go over their house?
Look, I have been to their house. Yeah, once she was there, like we had a games night.
Sure you did.
Was it Twister or was it, something else?
Lucy, so Lucy, you're like dare I say the third wheel, but were you
Yeah, I'm
brought...
definitely the third wheel.
Okay,
yeah.
you were brought into their relationship to spice it up?
Yeah, look, I mean, we've had some really good chats about it, and they just decided that they wanted to open their relationship for whatever reason for themselves. So, I mean, I wouldn't consider myself to be in a relationship with her, but we're definitely becoming quite good friends. So I guess that's the start.
Do you think, Lucy, that if you met somebody else that you would still see him?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So if I was, sometimes I have little goes on the app. It's always a disaster. But, like I'm always very upfront about it and sort of, if someone else came along, they would have to be okay with my situation.
Totally.
Great. Well, Lucy, thanks for giving us a buzz. Tony in Taylor's Lakes, are you also in a poly relationship?
Yes, I am. However, I have 2 boyfriends.
Two boyfriends?
I'm not the second girl, and I don't mind if they have other partners. It is more of an open relationship. I believe that there's 7 billion people out there in the world, and we shouldn't just settle down just for one. There is so much love out there to give.
So Tony, is it, just visually, is it a triangle where these guys are in the relationship together as well, or is it just kind of you in the middle and then you got the 2 guys?
It's more about me in the middle of the 2 guys.
Nice. No, it just sounds like you've got it made, Tony. I mean, like,
in your
I'm
head,
sure,
not out loud.
I'm sure there's a lot of people listening going, Tony's killing the game. You know what I mean? Like, Tony, I like how you've obviously, that's your views, and you've just go, oh, well, this is what I want, and then you've managed to find a couple of like-minded people who think the same thing. Same deal. Are you going out to dinners? Are you going out to the movies, and you're just, you're sitting in the middle there, or do you sort of go on a date with one of them and then go on a date with another one of them?
Well, we have gone on like a date as a trio, but and then one of them brought their partners along as well.
Yeah.
So we're all in outside relationships as well.
Oh, right.
But yeah.
Have you?
Everyone knows about everything. So
have you ranked them? Like, have you got like a number 1 and number 2? Or are they equal?
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
I think everyone is special in their own way, and you can't really rank someone for that. So.
And so do you have like a group chat, like with like love hearts on it, and you just, you guys are all just chopping it up in there?
Maybe.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Very cool.
Oh, Tony, well, it sounds fantastic. Thanks so much for calling us. I mean, I wish you all the best with your two boyfriends.
Oh, yeah. I think you're doing really well, Tony.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Well, I think Liam's a fan.
Add me to that group chat, Tones.
No.
What's trending?
Trending all over the internet.
Twitter.
Instagram.
Welcome to Facebook.
Well, after his win in straight sets last night, Stefanos Tsitsipas used his post-match interview to make a move on Margot Robbie.
One of my favourite actresses comes from Australia, Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. So you're officially extending an invitation to Margot Robbie. I just want to be crystal clear here.
Absolutely.
Shoot your shot, King. Why not?
I would also like to extend this as an official invitation to Margot Robbie to come on this show.
She's married, you're married. Okay. Oh, come on the show. Okay, yep, cool.
No, he wasn't. He just wanted to come watch her play tennis. He wasn't saying anything else.
Yeah, cool. Of course.
I think that's what he was getting at, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And Sam Smith has been booted off Tinder. In a recent interview, Sam Smith said that also, like, Tinder and Hinge thought that they were a fake account. They thought that, Hinge and Tinder basically just thought this is a catfish, this is not real. So now they've really been struggling to actually meet some people.
To be fair, you're erring on the side of caution there. Like, if Sam Smith slid into your DM saying, let's do something unholy, you'd be like, nah, I'm not buying it. I don't think this is them.
And finally, apparently Guy Sebastian's neighbour has threatened to kill him. If you're not across the whole Guy Sebastian neighbour debacle, it's been going since 2016 after he started building with his wife his huge mansion of a house.
Well, I don't think it looks that bad.
It's not even that.
It's just like a big house, right?
It's a big house.
I think in Guy's defence, I think he's probably just got some nasty neighbours. That's what I think's happening.
Yeah, but if you look like the photos of his house, it's been described as a fortress because he doesn't have a lot of windows and it's just like a big grey
Got
thing.
all those fans, you know.
He said it's because of privacy, but then his neighbour...
He doesn't want Mark Holden coming around all the time, knocking on the front door.
True. This 66-year-old neighbour, they've been fighting and biffing since 2016, and then on Monday, apparently there was a huge fight, and then he said, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, and wasn't there a report, one of the neighbours called into the police and said, he kicked the fence.
Yes, there's
Things are escalating. A fence has been kicked. I'm looking forward to Guy reaching in, to his pain as well, and maybe bringing out an album. Like we've had Elevator Love, Neighbour Hate could be next. Angels brought me here because my neighbour just killed me.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.